We back. This is episode 6 of the Sunday Kickback. I'm your host, Ron the Ruler. I'm sitting here with Capo.
Absolutely.
We here with the Forge and Umi Beats.
And don't forget the bottle of Hennessy that's staring me in the face.
Oh, look, man. You know, that's the drink of choice. We usually switch that
If
up.
y'all didn't peep that there's a bottle in every episode.
We switch it up.
Drink responsibly.
Of course. You have to drink responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we back with episode 6. So,
Yes, we are.
you know, starting off how we start off every episode, we just gonna start off with a check-in of a mental check-in, health and wellness check-in after the week.
All right.
My brother, how you been?
I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. Again, you know, every week, you know, you ask me, I'm like, yo, like, I'm really a grateful
Bro,
dude.
it's gotta be a week where
I'm
you
really-
had some problems.
I mean, bro.
You ain't being transparent.
But the thing is, I am. Though, but the thing is, like, I wake up every morning and I pray.
Mhm.
And I pray in the middle of the day. I pray after I get off work. And
As
just
you
by the
should.
time I get here, it's like, I don't got really nothing to complain about. But, you know, if I do, you know, if I find something, it's like, you know, I'm tired of COVID.
Mhm.
I'm so tired. Like, I want to go out and do things. It's Friday. Like, after this, what I'm about to do? Go home, play Call of Duty? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of that. So if I can vent, yeah, I'm tired of that. But all around though, bro, I'm really feeling good about myself.
Yeah.
Man. I'm feeling really empowered. I'm feeling motivated. I'm not down on myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with y'all. You know, happy to record another episode 6 here. Like, my family's healthy, y'all healthy. You know, life's moving around, you know.
So, all right. So, a different approach. If you could change one aspect about your life outside of COVID, what would that be right now?
I sometimes put myself down a lot. Like, I put a lot of weight on my shoulders, and if I'm not where I want to be, I talk down on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Like in your head.
In my head.
Okay.
And that can affect my motion. So if I could change that, which I am, that's the thing, I am upraising by myself. So if I could speed up that process in which I don't talk down on myself if I'm not where I want to be at. Because I really have nothing to complain about. I mean,
Right.
like, I got a good position in my
Right.
life, good job, nice car. Like, yeah, I got all that. But it's really if I look on my phone and I see like all these celebrities and all that doing this and they doing that at my age, I'm like, damn, like,
So
I know where I want to be at, so speed it up,
Yeah.
and I'll like talk down on myself and all that. So that's what I would change.
So that social influence and
Social
like that,
influence,
that social media influence,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
but I'm working on it, bro.
Okay.
So all in all, bro, man, life is good.
Yeah.
You know, how about you?
For me, this past week has been very difficult. You know, just building off of last week. You know, issues within the workplace. And then my personal life kind of took a hit too. And just like within my family, a very dear, you know, family member recently passed. So that was tough. And for me, it wasn't necessarily tough for me, like personally.
Right.
Like, even though we were close, like this was my uncle, so we were close. It was more so seeing like the people who I love, who were near and dear to me, hurting. Like me seeing that, I feel like was more hurtful than like me actually hurting. Like I feel like the hurt was more, it was amplified in that aspect. So I was dealing with that, but you know, that's also like a part of life, death, and that's something that like we always got to deal with. Unfortunately. And you know, just that, you know, mixed with everything else it's been tedious. I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, like you said, like, and this is why I appreciate y'all, man. Like y'all being in my circle, like you having like your outlook on life. Like you said, I have a job, I have a car. You know, I'm luckily, you know, still working right now. A lot of people aren't. I have a roof over my head. You know what I mean? Like, so that like the essentials are taken care of, and then at the end of the day, you get another 24. I woke up this morning.
Everything else, bro, if you really boil it down, everything else is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, if your core stability is cool, obviously everybody got a little emotional shit going on, social life, blase. Everybody got that going on. But if you just focus on the cores, like, I have a roof over my head, I got money in my pocket, I ain't starving, I can go leave here and get something to eat if I'm hungry. Like, if all that's cool, bro, all this shit that's going on in the world,
what
I
you
can't
really complaining about?
Exactly, all the shit that's going on in the world, like, you know, Lebanon, like all that.
Yeah.
Like, rest in peace to those people, man. It's tragic.
That was crazy.
And I'm over here complaining about what? Like
COVID.
Right, like come
Like,
on, man. Like I can't sit here while all these people listening and be like, yeah, man, well, I'm down because, nah, man.
Yeah.
Everything is cool.
Right.
We gonna get through all the things we going through. Just everybody that's, if you feel like you down or something, don't beat yourself up, man. You gonna get through it.
Yeah.
You ain't dealing with nothing that's crazy.
And not only that, I mean, I feel like it's a natural human thing to feel sad and feel down and feel depressed, and those are just natural emotions.
I wanted to ask you something.
But hold on. But if you feeling that, please talk to somebody about it. Don't
Right.
just keep that in, because when you keep it in, and that's the whole point of this segment, like to express that. But
Right.
but yeah, don't keep that in. But
Absolutely.
yeah, my fault. Go ahead. What was your question, bro?
I had a coworker of mine at work today. He was like, Gabe, you all right? Because I came into work, like, I was just like, I sat down, just put my head down, just did my work.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, bro, like, you all right? You cool? He was like, men get periods. Are you on your manly period? And I'm like, what? Like, what? He was like, no. He was like, for real, like, if you really notice, and I thought about it too. He might be right.
Wait,
like,
whoa, what?
He really might be right.
What?
But not, obviously, not the physical, but like, as you know how I gotta watch what I say. Can't say females. You know how women have the they go through some women go through like mental changes, like they get a little angsty or they're angry or
a little
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like, bro, that's the same for us. Once a month, you go through a point where you real agitated, you don't got no patience, and you just want to be left the fuck alone. And I had to think about that, bro. That is very true. It might be a whole week where I just don't feel like talking, I don't feel like being bothered. Hey, men, think about it. It really might be a male period. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
You feel me? Because I do think about it. I thought about that, bro.
I think that for me, I don't think it's a monthly thing. I feel like it's a periodic thing. Like, like I may have periods where like it may be like, a day out of the month. Mm-hmm. If you want to break it down for a month, sure. but that may not come for another 2-3 months.
Sure, but that's it's just like a track. It's reoccurring. Right. He might not have no reason to it. I'm just fed up with the hell's going. Like today, this morning, I think I had that.
Yeah, but I think that's just me, like my personality. Like some days I just don't feel like being bothered.
Right.
Like,
but there's some days it's more than others.
It's too early.
Some days it's more than others. Like I just be thinking to myself, why am I so upset?
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason. I'm just tired. Like I just really don't feel like talking to nobody. Yeah. But then I'll get over it. You know what I'm saying? All right. I just need a moment.
I don't know. The man period just don't. It don't
sound right. But the way he said it was just funny. I think he was just trying to make a joke.
No, for sure.
But like I thought, like I was like, wow, like until we find another word for it.
That's what it
is. Like,
yo, you on your man period.
You on your man period.
Oh, no.
You're going to get somebody to thinking, though. It's like, damn, am I? Because I don't got no reason to be mad right now.
No, for sure. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I feel like, when we just did that mental check-in, one thing that stuck out to me when you said, unless I look at my phone, or unless I'm like, on social media or on media, I don't really feel down. Like, why is it that our social world and our social media like make us feel, like whatever which way it may make you feel. And for some people it may make them feel down. Other people it may make them, feel inspired. Other people they may feel jealous or envious. Whatever social media making you feel.
Right.
Why is it like this fake world, so to say?
Honestly, bro, it's not a fake world. Like it's really like that's our generation. We grew up with. We had that MySpace when we was young boys. We had that Facebook, then that Twitter, and then Instagram. So it's always been there.
Yeah, but it's like a virtual world. I shouldn't say fake.
But it's something that we see constantly, and we measure our. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but like I tend to measure myself. All right, my age group is doing this. Majority that I see is doing this. Made me make sure I'm at least above that or there, and that's how I measure it. Like if I look and I see someone, damn, I don't got that yet. And I measure myself, and I said I had to catch that because why am I comparing my shit to your shit? That doesn't make no sense. We're on a totally different thing going on. Like my path, I know where I want to go, and I'm on my way there. I'm taking steps every day to be there. Right. So I don't need to be looking at you. And you just got to be courteous, like because it's obviously I'm not looking at it on purpose to judge myself, but like in the back of my head I'm gauging it. and that can really affect. I'm sure it affects a lot of people.
Bro, it affected me.
Like especially men that just don't got a lot right now, but they'll be on their way. Like they're 9-to-5 boys. They're just going to work, getting that paycheck, and just building up like that.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at people that scam, or selling weight, or doing all that, and they out Miami. They doing this. They got the chains on. They meeting famous people, and you just sitting there like, well, I thought I was doing the right way. Why can't I? And you just feel like you're not doing enough. And I feel like that's when people just gauge their happiness. Like, damn, he's happy. But 9 times out of 10, the boy that's doing all that, he really ain't happy.
Yeah, and that's like, that's what I had to learn.
You're more happy than that person.
That's what I had to learn, though, I feel like, because there was a point where I was gauging what I was doing off of peers and social media and, the celebrities and stuff like that. But like you say, like I feel like it all boils down to like what makes you happy.
Right.
Like if you know you have a goal in mind, right? Like for instance, like let's say like you have a goal in mind, and you know that you being out in Miami and you meeting all these different celebrities and you driving these fancy cars and wearing chains, really not doing nothing beneficial for you
for the long run
to get to this goal.
Right.
Like, is that gonna make you happy? To like be able to like to post that on social media. It's
like temporary happiness. It's
it's
like filling a void.
Exactly. It's like it fills the void for like that day or like whatever that week or however long your vacation may be. It fills that void. But then when you get back and now you in the real world and you realize that I'm not happy in my real world life, but I know I would be happy if I got to this end goal.
Right.
Let me do things to make those strides to get there. I feel like that's what I had to come to the realization with, and like a lot of that came through just like being aware of like what I wanted and like who I was, and like I understand that social media definitely is always gonna be relevant. Especially like if you're a 90s baby, social media is gonna be relevant. Like you grew up in, like you said, you grew up in social media.
Even think about the 2000 kids; they literally never knew a period without it.
Exactly, and that's what I was getting into. So like, if it's relevant for us, you know what I mean, and we're able to feel some type of way about it, or like may be sad, or may feel whatever your emotion may be towards social media.
Right.
Imagine it like what it feels like for the individual of the 2010 babies. You know what I mean? Like the kids who was born in the Instagram era, not Facebook, not MySpace. Yeah. Not AIM.
They ain't come up from.
They ain't come up with AIM.
They ain't coming from the grind for real.
Exactly. They're coming from like everything that's glorified. Like on MySpace, like you had your page. You get to your page. You play the story. I mean, you got the music on your page.
You had the top 5 and
you
shit.
had the top
that's
5.
What hurt you.
Right.
I mean,
but now these kids, like all they seen is fancy cars and gold chains and designer and that luxurious life that like a good portion of us isn't really experiencing that on the day to day.
And that brings us to this topic, right? Brings us to the topic of the influence of what we see affecting our daily life. Like I just said, like it did affect my mental because I'm judging myself on that. I have a lot of people that are doing these things and getting this and that money, and I'm thinking I got some change. And they pull out a band, like, just doing this and that.
A stack full of hundreds.
Stack full of hundreds. I'm like, damn, but I gotta remember, I'm doing it the right way, and I should feel good about that. I should embrace the fact that I'm doing it the right way, and I don't have no guilt. Like I have nothing. I'm fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? But we have to realize that what we see on a day-to-day basis is not true happiness. It's just a facade.
It's just a facade.
Like Instagram, Twitter, and all that, it just glorifies. It's a highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? People have to realize Instagram and all that is a highlight reel of everyone's success. They're not posting their failures. People that got the bag and they did it the wrong way, they're not posting how they got caught up the last time. You know what I mean? Like they ain't posting. They're not posting their traumas that they're going through at home. They're just showing you what it is, like what they want you to see. It's not the full picture. It's half the screen, if that. So everyone that's listening, you really got to, especially the younger crowd, you know what I'm saying, that you grew up in all this. Like I want you to realize that that's not true happiness. Happiness is what you have in yourself. What you have to find your own happiness. Don't define it on what you see. I had to tell myself that. Like don't define what you see. You know what I'm saying? Find genuine people in your life. You know what I'm saying? If you really look at these interviews that all these celebrities have, they'll tell you, I'm not really happy.
Yeah, and bro, and not only that, like you see it. Like
yeah, you see it.
You see the suicides.
Like what you talk about all these drugs
the overdoses.
For? Like why you think they talk about all these drugs?
You see all that. You see the suicides. You see the overdoses. And sometimes you can even hear it in their music. Like you can hear the cries for help. Like I heard like R.I.P. to Mac Miller, but like you feel me? Like the album he put out before he overdosed. It was a lot of cries in that. You mean like and as the viewer, as an outside viewer, we saw what he was going through. You saw the breakup that was on social media. You saw the girl with the next dude that was posted on social media, and you see that plays into like what I feel like may cause some of the issues that individuals go through because their life is depicted through the social media frame, when in all actuality it's like, it's not my real life, but this is how the world perceives me to be. Absolutely. And if the world perceives you to be this way, in your head, a lot of times that can be very real. So if you see the dude out with the chain, and you see the dude out with the stacks, and you don't have that, and you know there's no way you about to get that until you get to your end point, you're gonna view it like that's how the world perceives you. Oh, as the dude who can't get that, as the nigga who can't get what everyone else has, and then you're gonna internalize that and be like, damn, am I really that bull? Am I really, You're
gonna feel down on yourself. Then you're gonna start talking down on yourself. Yeah. And that's the worst thing you can do. Like talking down on yourself alone. If you find yourself like, damn, bro, like what you doing? Like looking in the mirror, talking to yourself down. Like what you doing? Like I had to catch myself down. I'm like, why the hell am I talking to myself like that? Like you gotta realize this is, and this may sound cocky or whatever, but I don't care. You gotta realize that you are in a position better than a lot of people. Don't
say that again.
You're in a position where people look up at you and they not even gonna tell you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ron, you could be walking, you could be posting whatever on your social. Like, damn, bro, I wish I was like Ron. They ain't saying out loud, but like mentally,
back in
like
their head.
They saying that.
Damn, I wish
you know
I had. I wish I had that car.
Like damn, he think he got it going on. You know what I'm saying? Like. And I be talking to my young boys and all that. They look up to me like what I got going on. I had to think like, yo, like I'm on the right path. Like don't trip. Like stop judging yourself on these millionaires. Like that's not even like.
But bro, it goes deeper than that though. I feel like entire like societies kind of internalize what gets put out into the media. Like for instance, like I don't even know. Like say like the whole Future movement, right? Future Taji, whatever he doing. A lot of dudes like, embodied that. Like, I ride for my niggas, I lie to my John, whatever he said, whatever the line may have been. In the music, you see it time after time. Even with the whole the John that just came out, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. You see all the women go crazy. Oh yeah, I need that. I need that. The dude who gonna do this and I gotta be put on this way and stop that. You're not really like that.
The culture is.
You not like that.
The culture is now. It seems like a lot of ladies out there want men to be able to buy them this, or they don't have any substance to. Like I want a man that can provide. If he can't provide, then you're not a man. Like you sent me a post, and I read it clearly. I thought about it. It was literally said, if he can't provide for me, he's not a man. He's a boy.
Right. He's
Until
a boy.
you can prove you can provide for not only yourself but for me as well, you're a boy. And that is a mindset of a lot of people.
So I feel like the mindset is not far off from what I believe to be like what I deem as a man, but I feel like it's very skewed. Like for me, like I feel like as a man, you should be able to provide.
Oh, absolutely.
But but the things that they talking about providing for is what's skewed.
Yeah.
Providing dick and Birkin bags. You feel me? Like
I agree with you 100%.
Like come on, like if I'm not a man because that's what you want, then you a little girl because you want that.
Right.
If that's what you're looking at me for.
My thing is right. If I'm dealing with you, right, I want to spoil my lady because that makes me feel good. You know, that makes me feel good as a man. Because as a man, I define myself to be a provider and a protector, right? So, but when it gets to the point where you're asking me for the Birkin and all that, the Louis V and the Gucci, can you buy that? Can you reach in your pocket and buy that without me?
Right.
If the answer is no,
why the hell you?
Who's the little? No, but not even only that. But who's the little person? Don't look at me and call me a boy because I'm not gonna buy you something that you can't afford.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you? Like, why would I buy you something that you can't even afford?
Mm-hmm. But here's the
that's
thing,
not the lifestyle you living right now.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like a lot of women can afford it, and not a lot.
If that's fine, then that's I don't have a problem.
Some
with
women can afford it, but it's like, oh wait, you saying you don't have a problem?
I don't. If you can afford what you're asking me to buy you, then I have no problem. I'm saying if you can't even afford that Birkin bag or that Louis bag or that Gucci bag or them Dior's, why are you asking for it?
I got a problem with it. I mean,
no, that's what I'm saying. I have a problem when you asking for it.
I'm saying even if you can afford it, like, cause for me, right? I feel like if you dealing with a person, like hopefully y'all transparent enough to y'all know each other's situations,
right?
And if you're able to, provide, like, to get the designer that you want, and you know that I'm not. But I'm able to provide in other ways. I'm there for you emotionally. I'm there for you spiritually. I'm there for you, and we're building to something bigger than what we are in this current state.
I get that.
You gonna deem me as a little boy because
I can't buy
at this current state I can't get you that?
Right.
And if that's the case, and if that's your mindset, then it's skewed. And I feel like in that way, you calling me the little boy, but in all actuality, you probably the little girl. So.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%, bro. Like, it's sad that, and that comes off of what we hear on a day-to-day basis with our music and what we see day-to-day. Because we weren't built with that mentality.
No,
we see that hear it through the music and the videos and all that. Like these girls wasn't all about doing all this Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B stuff we talking about. If y'all don't know what we talking about, go listen to the song.
It's called WAP.
It's actually a really good
song.
song.
And it's an acronym. It stands for wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
And if that's the shit that you embodying, hey, more power to you. I respect you.
Listen,
but at the end of the day,
live your life the way you want to live your life, but keep it over there. You feel me? Like, I'm not on that. Like I said, if that song was jiggy, you can bop to it. Vibe to it. But if you living by that song, you're wild. Yeah. Same to the guys out there. If you living by what Future saying and what and what Gucci saying and all them talking about shooting, robbing, or treating women bad, you got your own problems to deal with, brother.
Salute you.
Keep
doing what
you gotta grow.
No, don't keep doing what you doing.
You gotta grow up, man. You gotta surround. That goes back to what we said in the last episode. You gotta surround yourself with people with the mentality that ain't gonna let you think like that, and ain't gonna let you move like that.
Bro, you drunk.
Like you tripping, bro. Like I'm not gonna hang with you if you keep acting like that, bro. Dude. That's not thorough. You not a millionaire to be acting like that, brother. You better act like your tax bracket. You know what I mean? Like you being saying like,
or just had a mindset,
or just be mature enough to treat people with respect, man. Because they don't have respect, man. And I'm telling you, if Future, well, I can't really, in my perspective, if Future didn't have as much money as he had, he wouldn't be talking all crazy like that, bro. No, because he's desirable as hell. He got all this money. Like he got that image.
He's still gonna be.
He can get whatever he want.
Right.
At that time, doesn't mean he's gonna be happy and satisfied with it, but he can fill that void really quick.
Right.
If he didn't have all that money, he had nappy dreads, and he just working 9 to 5. He would not be talking like that.
Hell no.
That's a fact.
So so let me ask you this: do you think that money changes people?
Absolutely.
You think so?
It's gonna change you. That's just like the same question. Do you think the Greek life changed you? And my first answer was always hell no. Yes, it did.
You think so?
I think it had a little dent. If it didn't change you, it dented you.
How?
And if it didn't change you, that might be a problem.
How so though?
So before, the whole point of us getting in a fight is to change us. That's the whole point. Like
that wasn't my point.
The whole point. No, but listen though. Like you get in it, they break you down and build you back up. So how are you not changed? You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to be like, don't think change is negative. Like,
right.
I'm that nigga now. No, I'm talking about like, you should be a better person now. Now I look at brotherhood way different than I did before. Like, I look at those dudes with all due respect, because what we went through was something crazy. And I look at friendships different.
Yeah.
I cherish it. I respect women 1,000% more because like, that's what was instilled with me when I went up in Cap Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Like, so money, it can either have a good change or a bad change, but damn sure it's going to change you. You can either you be really honorable man or woman, donate, get a business, help the community, or you can be a selfish asshole. Buy the house, spend more money than you should, go broke. You know, like it's gonna change you, bro. Like shit changes you, bro. And a lot of people just say, no, I ain't changed. It ain't changing me. I'm the same. No, you're not. You should be a different person than you were from yesterday to today. Yeah. You should always be evolving. That's what life is. Evolve.
The only reason why I asked though is because a lot of the people who have money, like, and you hear the mogul say it, like, money don't change you, it changes the people around you.
That's also true.
And for me, like when referring to like the brotherhood, like for me, I feel like it didn't really change me. The only thing that I feel like it gave me that I didn't have before is the awareness, is the knowing that I'm able. Right. Like I'm able to whatever it may be. I'm able to withstand this pain.
It made you realize.
I'm able to endure whatever the obstacle may be. I'm able to, do whatever. But at the end of the day, does that change you now that you know that?
It evolved you.
Nah, it's only that you know it now. Like, it was still the same me. It's still the same me. Like, I feel like I would still be able to endure those, whatever the obstacle may be. Whatever the challenge may be in my life, I'm able to endure it. I always felt that way. However, I feel like, going through, like, what we do, and, like, it's just like, it's a stamp. Like, all right, you did it. Like, this is something that you knew that you was able to do, but now you really know. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that necessarily, like, changed me. I just feel like it just gave me, like, the awareness, too. And I can't really speak on the money aspect because, like, I ain't rich. I'm going to keep it a stack. I'm not out here. But, like, I feel like, for the people that I do see who have money and who are pretty well off, I don't necessarily see it changing them, like, as a person. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're evolving, but I feel like at the end of the day, like, those qualities and those characteristics that were in them from the beginning still remain the same. Right. And I mean, I'm sure, like, you do see, people change over time. I'm not saying this is the case for everyone, but I'm saying, like, the people that I know of, like, I don't necessarily, like, see it changing them.
But I find that to be a negative.
What?
If you're not changing, then what are you doing? You gonna stay stagnant at the same time?
So I said,
like, are you not a different Ronnie than last year?
So I said evolve. Evolve is like.
That's change. That's a type of change.
It's a type of change, but, like, at the end of the day, like, when you want to, like, boil down, like, all the shit that, like, that you evolved from, like, let's say 2020, I make $60,000 a year. Let's say 2021, I make over $100,000 a year. You feel me? I'm getting more money. I'm getting to a bigger bag, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm evolving, but, like, are you about to look at me as a different Ronnie? And I feel like when you do, that's the part where you say, oh, this person changed. Like, when you boil me down and you boil down all the accolades, all the financial, all the materialistic stuff, am I still the same person? And if that answer is yes, then I don't think that's changing.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like what you're saying, maybe I'm just taking it that way, like, you're talking about change as a negative. It's not. Like, my look at it, I would hope, from my view, from looking at you and knowing you how long I've known you, you are a different Ronnie than last year. You're a different Ronnie from 2 years ago. You're a different Ronnie from the Ronnie that graduated. You have different experiences now and different challenges that you faced and overcame that younger Ronnie would not know. Right. So in that aspect, evolve, I'll call it change. You know what I'm saying? We connect there. As far as myself, Gabe from Hampton, I'm totally different. Mm-hmm. People that I graduated were like, damn, bro, I don't remember you being like that. Bro. Like, you mean, like, that's change. And I take that as a compliment. Right. Well, I shouldn't be the same person that you saw before. Right. I should be changed. And when I get more money in my bank account, I should be different because I'm wiser now to move in a certain way. Mm-hmm. I would hope that I move correctly, like a good change. I would hope I didn't move bad or I'm flaunting and I'm, and you know how people be on the gram, like,
I understand.
Motivation purposes only. Okay. Bro.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Like, bro.
Ain't no motivation
bro.
You doing this to get off.
Yeah, like, so, and I'm not that type. You aren't either. We've all had money in this room more than before. So what I'm saying is, for everybody that's listening, I hope you're changing. I hope people that haven't seen you in a minute don't recognize the person you are. with their attributes. Cause you should be a different person. You as mentally, physically, like I don't even think like that no more, bro. Like I can't like how we talked about lifestyle with our friends. Yeah, bro, I can't hang with you no more because I'm different. I changed, bro.
But I feel
I evolved on my mentality.
Like the way you're talking about change is very much so a time lapse. Like you're talking about old Ronnie, you're talking about years, like year ago. That has to do with time.
Yeah.
The original question was money.
Are you talking about right away? You're gonna change right away?
Nah, I just mean like, all right, so like, for instance, okay, right away. Let's say I hit the lottery tomorrow for $1 billion, and then, tomorrow Saturday. Let's say that on Sunday you see me acting like a completely different person. Like, yeah, it's times 48 hours, but like the way you broke it down was like college Gabe, a year ago Ronnie, grade school, like, and I feel like like you're gonna see change, of course, like that's human nature, but like the change that I'm talking about is more so like
one. You're talking about a negative change.
I guess, I guess if that's what you deem it as.
Yeah. That's definitely a negative change. 'Cause, I mean, maybe because what you said was you get $1 billion, hit a lotto tomorrow, and then what you said by like the next Sunday or a couple of days, you change. But are you talking about what change? Like, are you talking about like
I don't know,
kiss my ass change, or like I'm too good to hang out with you guys anymore change? Or you talk about yo Ron, yo Gabe, Steph, I bought you a Porsche. Check the trunk. There's $1 million in there for y'all. Like, are you talking about that change? Because that's different too. Like, it's all different. Like, you feel me?
I mean, I do. I get it. But I mean, I guess I really don't know because I don't know anyone who's of that stature. Right. I can only look on Instagram. I can only see like.
So I'll tell you this.
Another
like,
lens.
Like once and when and if I get this next position, I'm gonna be changed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no other way to spill it. Like, cause
which way though?
I have to change my thought process, my mentality, I cannot be the same. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm talking in a proper way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to think. I'm not gonna be like I can't hang with these dudes. I'm not good.
They're not good enough.
Yeah. It's not that. It's more so you have to adapt to what situation you're in, right? So. Your long-term goal, like what's your long-term goal?
Bro, I want to be free. So
financially free.
Financially free. I want to have time freedom, like to do what
I want to do. So like entrepreneurship-ish.
Yeah, like just okay. So more so like, I think more so is more so not. I mean, yeah, it is entrepreneurship, but it's more so like residual, like having that residual income.
So making the money work for you.
Making your money work for you to the point where you can. Just chill, be hands off, and everything is operating as normal. So now you could go attend, your child's graduation. Now you could go drop them off and pick them up. Now you could go to the football games. Now you could go to the, whatever it may be that it is that you want to do. I want to be that person to have that freedom, and I think that's my end goal.
Okay. So your end goal. So do you have steps that you're thinking to get to that end goal?
Of course.
So, do you think in your head, because maybe not, because your path is your path. Do you think you have to change your mindset just a tad, change it up how you move a little bit to get to that end goal?
1,000%.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
1,000%.
We're low key talking about the same thing on different angles. Like I'm just saying, to get to where we want to go, we can't be the same person we was yesterday. Okay. Whether it be a little tad change, whether I wake up a little earlier, that's gonna change you from somebody that hasn't seen you in a week.
Right.
Because they're gonna be like, oh, he's focused. He's lasered in. I'm like, I can't go to the hookah lounge tonight.
Right.
I can't go drink tonight. I have to focus. I gotta go to bed a little early because I want to wake up and work out. I want to bet on my temple. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm talking about. And I feel like everybody that's listening out there, everybody that's tuning into the Kickback, man, listen. If COVID hasn't taught you a hustle or a different way of looking at life or a different skill where you gonna get to your end goal, you tripping. You did yourself a huge disservice.
Yes.
I know me personally. I'm way more mature. I worked on myself. This is what, 6 months now? Around that? 5, 6 months?
March, and now we going into we're in August, so
yeah, like around 5, 6.
5, 6.
Yeah.
5.
So if you haven't done that in the last 5, 6, what are you doing? Like, you have to like meditate. You have to get in knowing yourself. If you ain't lead this period of boredom, not knowing yourself,
it's definitely a boredom.
You're tripping. Like, how are you not knowing yourself? Like, how are you not knowing
Yeah.
I'm hurting because of my past trauma. Let me do something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do something that just let me surround myself with more love. Let me X that out. Let me drop that habit because it's a bad habit, whether it be drinking, smoking too much, or you know, playing a video game too long, whatever. Like, just exit something out and learn. You know what I mean?
But you know what I come to realize though, like a lot of people who go through change, they need like a traumatic experience to to catalyze it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like when you look at people who've gone to prison,
right?
Like that's a traumatic experience. Like you're living a completely different lifestyle, but then they come out and they're like, yo, like I mean, like either like you say, you can either come out way worse or you come out better for it. And I feel like, you know, like a lot of people are experiencing something traumatic going through COVID. A lot of people lost their jobs.
Right.
They don't have that same livelihood, but they have those same expenses.
Right.
But a lot of people aren't. Like a lot of people, you know, have remained, you know, like they said, they're like you're employed, you remain employed. Nothing has really changed for you outside of you having to stay in now.
Right.
Which is, it could be traumatic for some, but it's really
some
not
people
traumatic.
Were living that life before.
In the grand scheme of things, right?
Yeah.
Some people was living that life before. So like, when you want to go through that change, and you don't have that traumatic experience, or you don't have that, you know, that catalyst to make you go, I need to fucking wake up, or I need to, you know, do whatever it is that you're doing differently. Like, what would you say is like a way to do that, or a way to like get over that?
A way to get over your funk, basically. Like
a way to, you know, become that person that you want to become.
So,
because I know a lot of people aren't doing that right now.
You made a really good point where it takes a traumatic event. It shouldn't, but it really do. Like when I lost a person and I was involved with, that was a traumatic event for me.
Right.
Like, cause I didn't have that crutch to lay on anymore, and I had to do something. I wasn't about to wallow in my misery. I look at myself as a strong man. I'll fall, but I'm gonna bounce back, and I just had to figure out what was my bounce. How can I do this? I had to take a couple weeks, a couple days, to just realize, you know, my worth as a man, like as a human. Like, you don't need somebody for your happiness. Find your own happiness, and then come back. Cause you can't go back to that person that you lost, the same person, just because you don't want to see them with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's selfish. Yeah. You didn't change. It's a facade. You just put on a mask. Look like it's changed, but once you get it, you want to take that mask off. You still the ugly face. So you got to find out, without a mask, where's your happiness gonna come from? And that's what I talked about. Me writing, you know, me, you know, working out more.
Gotcha.
Me having a relationship with God more.
Yeah.
There's just certain things that I felt. I tested a lot of things. I tested running more. I didn't really want to do that. I tested maybe talking to other girls before. No.
You don't really.
It's just like, you know, it was just like, okay, sure. But then when I left, it was like, damn, I'm the same person. So I had to really, isolation was what helped me.
What helped you?
So what I'm saying is, out there, to answer Ron's question, is you have to test other things. Like you're not gonna find it on the first try, maybe not any second or third. Just keep going, because there's something out there that you haven't discovered yet that really brings out the younger you and heals that trauma that you don't even know you had. Right. You buried it so damn deep, and you don't even realize that shit really affected me. Like me not having a relationship with my dad really affected me, and I didn't even realize because I pushed it back so much. I'm like, oh, I'm good, whatever. Yeah. But I had to deal with that. I had to come to the realization, bro, that is hurting you. Do something about it. And I prayed on it. I wrote it down. I got every emotion that I had. I got it out. And I ripped that shit up. Because I felt like now I'm in control. Once I ripped that page, it's like a breath of fresh air. Like I got it out and it's out. Now I don't got to worry about it in my head. In my psychological ways, I don't got to worry about it because I'm in control. Yeah. So when y'all out there and y'all listening to me talk about this, just go tonight. You know, it's COVID. You ain't got shit else to do. Go out and try to find things that really brings it out. Maybe it's reading. Maybe it's eating your favorite foods. Yeah, maybe don't judge yourself.
Never know.
You don't. Yeah, like just try it.
Everybody's gonna be different.
Right.
So you have to try different.
Like that's why I really don't like. That's why I don't really like all these talk shows and they tell you do this and do that. They're telling you what to do. Yeah. No, every person in this world is different. We grew out, we came out different, we got different binary codes, we're just different.
I feel like for me, like that's the beauty in people though.
Yeah, it's
like,
beautiful.
You know, like something that may be solidified and it definitely works for me, and it works for the people who I think, you know, are like me, it could be completely opposite different. For you.
And that's
like,
beautiful.
It could do something, yeah. Exactly. It's a beauty in that. It could do something detrimental for you if you do what I'm doing.
You know what's more beautiful about it? When you find your partner. And y'all both on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Like, she can be completely opposite, or she or he can be completely opposite from you, and y'all just click.
Yeah, I believe
that's beautiful.
I believe
like, that's really lit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like in that aspect, it's like where I'm short at, they'll be able to provide the shortcomings and like make up for that ground.
Yeah.
And vice versa. And vice versa because it's a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So like where they're short at and where they're fall is where I'll be able to be like, well, I don't know. Well, maybe you should look at it this way.
Absolutely.
And then just provide that different perspective.
And you got to hope that they hear you and apply it.
Yeah.
They comprehend and hear at the same time. And a lot of people say, you know, relationships 50-50. No, it's not. Relationship is 100-100.
100-100.
It's 100-100.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, it's 100-100, man. You can't be going in there 50 and expect you to bring my half. Because what if they don't?
Exactly.
Then it's just two halves.
Exactly.
And no hole.
But you know what the thing is for me, though? I find myself a lot of times, or not even a lot of times, I found myself before, like giving that 100, and then
they're not giving it.
It's not reciprocated.
Right. And so that's when you found, you know, it's not you.
But in that breath, it'd be like, damn, like, okay, if it's not reciprocated in that aspect, like, you just like disregard that person completely and you move on to the next, or do you try to like get them to that point of being?
Nah, because that comes back to the theory that we talked about, Ron. I'm here, you're here.
Exactly.
I ain't coming down. You gotta bring up. Now
but
I can
gotta
try.
Bring you up.
I can try.
That's what I'm saying.
But you have to know your limit, because after you keep trying and trying, you're taking away from you. You're taking away from your growth, because while you're tugging, you could have been growing the whole time.
Right.
Now you have to pause. You always gotta come down, but you stuck now.
Damn.
Because now I gotta bring you up.
Damn.
But I could have been growing.
Right now,
you feel what I'm saying? I could have been growing the whole time. Now, if that's really a bond, and like you see something in that person, we all see somebody in something.
Yeah.
Just know your limit. Because then after a while, it's going to be 2 years and you still struggling with the same person. And now you're older. Now you could have been moved on. You could have got over that hurt.
Facts.
And you could have found somebody else. Yeah. Or you could have been on your own and grown.
But at what point do you like be like, all right, I'm throwing a towel in? Because a lot of times, like for me, I'm not the person that give up right away. Right. As soon as I see something.
Right.
It take like a little bit more than that. You feel me? Like it has to take a couple conversations after that.
Absolutely.
Let me see your mindset. Where you at with it? And then from there, it's like, all right, cool.
Well, that's when I feel like the friend zone needs to come in. Like,
what you mean by that?
People look at the friend zone as like, I'm in the friend zone, it's over. No. Friends are actually way more important than that relationship.
Yeah.
Because now I'm looking at you as a person. I don't got to fake. Because when we're in a relationship, we don't, or in the beginning, we don't really give out that full capo and that full Ron.
Right.
We try to give you that. I'm all that in the bag of chips.
I'm the boy that you really need.
I'm the boy. I'm spitting something crazy.
Naturally.
I'm on the phone with you all night telling you this and that and blase. But friends, we're 100. Like, I don't give a fuck what you. I don't care.
I don't care what you
see me as.
I don't care
what you see me as. Right. Like, you mean, but in a friendly way. Like, exactly. we show each other because we get to that comfortability. And once you get to that comfortability, then you arise. Because now I see you. I'm not blind. Right. I see you.
I see you, fool. You really are.
So if we click and we see each other how we are, and we still head to head, let's move it fast.
Yeah.
A lot of people skip that.
Yeah. They
don't even know that person that they dating. And people think, well, I've been with him or her for a year. Bro, it takes
a year.
It takes years.
What the fuck is a year?
It takes years to know somebody.
Yo, let me tell you something. So this man, and this is one thing I envy about you, bro. His grandparents, right? This man's grandparents been together for years, dog.
75 years.
75 years. Like they're very like well into their 90s, and they've been together for years, 75 years, and that's something that I feel like I really envy, because for me, like I have a grandmother, you know, I love her to death, but I've never seen like the relationship that like, you know, she's had to endure with her significant other. Over the years, and I feel like that's something that like you have the branch or like the the capability to tap into.
Yeah, it's just a resource.
Yeah. You have a resource to tap into that.
This is what I got.
And I feel like from what you like, how you talk, and like you know what you've seen. You know, and I feel like you've also seen a lot of other things too. Like you've seen different relationships that haven't worked within your own life, within your parents and all that. But you've also seen like the other side of it.
A successful one.
Yeah.
So what I can say about that, and I'm 1,000% blessed. My grandparents are the reason why I am who I am today. You know, shout out to my aunt. She helped me a lot. You know, my mom helped me a lot. You know, cousins, sister. But those relationships you're talking about, comes from a whole different generation, right? And if we can get deep into it, we can get deep into it, because if we went by the same rules they went by, we would all be in a long-term relationship. Because now, women are more, right? Are more like independent, right? So my grandmother was born in 1926. Sorry if I'm messing that up, Grandma. 1926.
But either way, 1920s.
Right, whatever. Totally different world.
A completely different world.
Totally. She went to high school and she was looked at as the shit. Yeah. Right? So she wasn't worried about nothing else after high school. She was worried about having the kids, taking care of the household with no education. Right. She didn't even think about a job. Right? So you get a husband. My grandfather, you know, God bless him, he's still alive and kicking. He was the first polygrapher in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Oh, wow. First black polygrapher. First black polygrapher.
So when you take the lie detector test and they come in and you got to,
he was him.
He was
the first black man.
Damn, salute.
So and he was in the FBI and all that. So he had top notch, right?
Right.
So my grandmother had kids. Had my uncle, my aunt, my mom. Right. That was her job. So he could do theoretically where the fuck he wanted to do, because you wasn't going nowhere, right?
True.
Nowadays women are like,
you do one little slip up, nigga, you know what? I got another 5 niggas like you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Be gone.
Bye, right? So over the years, as women got their independence and they got their rights and they could vote, they could get the job they want, they can go to school. Okay, I don't really need homeboy no more. Yeah. So then you see divorces rates going up. You feel what I'm saying? Our parents, the baby boomer era, there's a lot of divorces. Yeah. Or they on their second, third marriage, right? I'm blessed in the fact to see a successful relationship and they're still together. My grandmother takes care of my grandpa. Era. It's just a different era, and I have to keep that in mind. Like even our era is different from the last one.
But here's what I will say though. At the end of the day, yes, it was a different era. The outside sources were very different. You know, the way the world operated was very different. Yeah. Yes, I understand that, and that takes a toll on it. At the end of the day, though, your grandparents are still human.
Yep.
The people that we're still dealing with today are still human.
Right.
So like when you have those differences and you have those, you know, whatever problems that may arise throughout the tenure of you guys being together.
Right.
Like, as a human, on a human basis, how? Like, this is the question that I would ask. Like, how did you overcome? And like a lot of times, like these people, they don't really provide details as to like what was going on at the time, because like they maybe feel like whatever, you know, it may be too traumatic, or you're not ready for this. I feel like, at least from my perspective, my mom, till to this day, I'm 25 years old. You not old enough to understand what's going on. So
don't you hate that?
I hate it, but like, as a human, like, how did you overcome, like, the issues that you were faced with? Like, as a woman, or, like, as a husband, as a wife, in this relationship, how did you overcome whatever the issue may be? Because I feel like a lot of times that's where our generation falls short, and we fall short.
I feel like we run away from a lot of shit.
Exactly. But that's that's a shortcoming. Like, you not afraid, or you too afraid, or whatever it may be, to face it head on and to actually deal with it. Deal with it, I mean, by like getting over it, and deal with it like, okay, this is what will happen. Let me see how I can overcome.
Right.
In the same aspect. So like, I don't know. I feel like there is a difference. The outside world was different. However, internally,
different, bro.
Internally, we still the same.
You gotta think about the
20s. We the same human though.
We still human, but like our mentality, 1,000% different, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think, they ain't start dating in the 20s, obviously, but they started dating in like the 40s.
But that's
the 30s and the 40s.
But if that's what you say you want, what a lot of people do, right? They want that long term, significant other in which they can, identify with and they can like, kind of grow with it.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you're saying that you want, then
just because you say you want it, don't mean you're gonna do everything to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sad
truth.
truth.
So you saying they don't really want it? They don't really want it.
What? Right, long term?
Yeah, the person to grow with.
I mean, I can say I do. I want somebody to spend the rest of my life with and build a family with. I do, because I've seen the other side.
But are you ready to deal with like the shit that comes with it?
I mean, I don't know.
In today's world.
That's just like asking me, are you ready to deal with the shit that Kappa throws at you? I don't know. I'm gonna say yeah, but I don't know. You know what I mean? So life, right? Life is gonna hit you with shit that you thought you was ready for and you ain't.
Right.
So we just gotta roll with it, and that's why you need to have people in your life that can help you. Life shouldn't be a lonely journey.
Yeah.
Just because you came in here alone don't mean you gotta live it alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So surround yourself with a good group. Get yourself a nice significant other that has the right mentality, the right morals, ain't just get you for your money, ain't just getting you for the way you look. Women ain't gonna get you for your body. Men ain't gonna get you for your bread and how you look. You know what I mean?
It's no real way. No.
Women need to watch out for the leechers too, because there's a lot of men out here that leeches. I know a couple leeches. Yeah, bro. Look what she just bought me, bro. He ain't got a cent to his name. He bought him some lubes.
You real Steve Harvey right now.
Yep.
You fucking niggas up right now.
I try to balance it out.
But what I was saying was like, how do you? I understand what you're saying, but like, how do you find out like, all right, this is the person that I need to really key on, or how do you understand like, if you are in a toxic relationship, this is the person that I need to get away from.
So okay, how do you know when you found that person, right?
I mean, I'm really not.
So,
but before you answer, I'm really not expecting you to know, because I feel like if we did know, then everything will be golden.
I feel like I know.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
Like,
Cabo about to speak fast. Go ahead.
Like, I mean, like, if you, like, for me, like, if you out and all you can think about is that person, or if y'all in an argument, all you can think about is how to get on the better side of that person, or you can't really sleep because you don't know where they at. You can't really rest because y'all uneasy right now.
Right. Or
you're so happy to see that person you can't sleep because the next day you about to see him.
Right.
How many times you had that feeling? You feel what I'm saying? Like, how many times are you can't even sleep because you got to see that person the next day, or your whole core is shook because y'all not vibing right now. You feel what I'm saying? So when you start feeling shit like that, you can feel that for a fling too. So don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if it's a current thing, right, and your family loves them, you feel like you're learning. You don't feel like they're taken away from you, but you're learning. Like, every time you're with them, it's a memory. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't always get a memory from who you hang with. Shit, you can go on a date and be like, you know what? I'm never hanging with this fucking person again. Ever again.
That person was just hungry.
Right.
And they used me.
But even if it wasn't even just using, I don't even like your conversation.
Right. Yeah. We not
like,
vibing on that.
That's a special thing when you can laugh, giggle, be serious, religion, politics, all that with one person and just be vibe. You're comfortable, like your bubble. You don't feel like you have to keep an arm's length. You can let them in.
Yeah.
Like, when you start feeling shit like that,
that's when you
pay attention.
That's
like,
when you know.
Not what you know, but pay attention. That might be somebody you can grow with. And then when you're growing, and next thing you know, 5 years pass and you still here. Yeah.
That's somebody who.
Yeah, man. Because that's not out there, bro.
It's not.
That's not out there, bro.
That's facts.
That's not out there, bro. And we can fake it. We'll know somebody. It's always cool when you first start talking to somebody.
Right.
Every guy gonna feel like the somebody. Like, you start thinking like, damn, what if I had kids with her? That could be the one. Like, I like how they come and look.
Cool.
Right. And then you had that conversation. So what you trying to do with your life, or what do you believe? Like, what's going on in your mental?
Yeah.
And they hit you with some bullshit. Yo, how you feel about the election coming up? With Joe Biden's policies and everything. Who? What? That scares me, bro. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's you.
That
a lot
scares
of people not
me,
into
bro.
politics though. And I'm not about to
this
knock
day and
the
age,
person.
bro.
I'm not gonna knock the person who's not in the politics.
No. You don't gotta be into politics, but if you don't know the nutshell of what's going on, I'm scared.
Yeah, that's
and at the age we're at, Ron,
that's you, bro.
You gotta know something, bro. You can't be going through the world all willy nilly, man.
You right.
That's scary to me.
You can't go through the world all
I'll teach you. But if you're not even willing to learn about what the fuck is going on.
If you understand who Joe Biden is and what he stands for, some of the the issues that that he's pushing forward for, but you don't really know in depth. I ain't about to knock you for it.
I ain't about to knock you. No. But I'm just saying.
She don't know shit.
Right. But I'm just saying, for those that are a little older, there's certain red flags that you need to look out for. Like, how you get this far, you don't really know what's going on in the world. Yeah. And you expect that person to be the father of your kids or the mother of your kids? Yeah. What? Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to judge nobody or nothing, but I'm just saying the people that is older, not for the younger crowd, like the 18-year-olds and all, just, help that person. Grow them, enjoy it.
Oh, but back to what we were just talking about. Like, what I said was, okay, like, you see value in this person, right? Mm-hmm. And they're not there. Right. You gonna try to help them come up.
A little, yeah. If you ain't gonna throw somebody away.
You just said help them.
A little bit until you know your limit, because after a while you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna notice, like, bro, like I said, like, time passes. Right. Time don't wait for no man.
Nobody.
So you can, I don't say get away from your friendship. Tug them, and if they really worth a dollar, they'll come.
They'll grow with you.
But if after a while, brother, you keep having the same conversations here and there about their maturity, it's a dub. Nah. Cause not everybody gonna act like you. I know my worth, and somebody else gonna appreciate my worth. Right. I gave you a chance. Come on, man. I ain't no fucking lottery case. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? No, that goes out to a lot of people. Like, a lot of people stay around too long, and now you taking away from your shit. Damn. Now you a little less than you were before. You feel what I'm saying?
No, that's facts.
Yeah, bro.
And I feel like a lot of people could resonate with that.
Yeah, man.
What you saying, like, right now is
bro, I took months to myself to realize shit like that. Mm-hmm. I ain't know all this shit prior. Yeah. I took months to help myself realize certain shit and view certain shit and see certain shit through people. Like, really vent people. And we go back to running credit. Really running credit.
Really running that credit.
Honestly, for those that didn't tune into that episode, running credit, it means what it is. You really screen somebody. What is your track record? Ask the certain questions. How was your last relationship? What is your relationship with your parents? Who are your friend group? What do you do for fun? What do you do to learn?
Do you have the ability to grow?
Do you have the ability to grow? Right. Do you have the capacity in your brain to learn different things? Right. Eat different foods. Mm-hmm. Hang different places. Learn different cultures. Yeah. Do you have that? If not, I'm sorry, this is not going to work. And that's what running credit is. And we all need to do that. Yeah. We don't need to let people in, man. But we gonna keep talking. We've been here for about an hour. You mean?
Bro, but
because I can get back into this shit for hours, man.
The thing is, bro, and what I agree with you and what you've been saying. The thing is, for me, I feel like a lot of people, and for me also, I'm speaking of a personal.
Right.
We was not able to, like, voice, like, put it into words how you just put it into words. Right. And I feel like, like, anybody who's going through that or who may be experiencing some of the things that we've been talking about over this last hour,
right.
Like, kind of take heed to what Cabo was saying. Like, you mean, to what Gabe's saying. Like, bro, you speaking facts. Right. And, like, as your man, bro, I really agree. Because these are things that, like, as I'm asking questions as we going through these topics, the reason why I'm able to ask these questions is because I've experienced it, right? I'm able to, like, to identify with different aspects. However, the way you just vocalized it, bro, salute you, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. That's what we here for, bro. Sunday's kickback. It's a kickback with educational. We have fun. We sipping on a hen dog.
We gonna continue.
Yeah, man. We gonna keep sipping. Listen, man. Episode 6, man. I really hope you enjoy this. Both Ron and I are excited to keep going. This is really a pleasure for him and I to, vocalize our thoughts, because this helps us. I hope it doesn't just help us, it helps y'all too. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? If we can just help a couple people out there, that means a lot.
If it's one person that's able to, like, take something away from this episode,
right?
I did my job.
Right. If y'all feel some type of way, like it's helped you, or you had some thoughts about what we were talking about, shoot us a DM, comment. Just have an open dialogue, because we want to make this open dialogue, because we have something special for y'all next episode. Next episode, we're going to bring in a guest. So we're going to bring in a guest, and we're going to talk about certain things, whether it be a woman, talking about women's struggle, whether it be a white individual talking about their struggle, or another minority.
An Asian woman.
Yeah.
We're going to bring in a lot of people.
Because the way we started this episode, this whole podcast was to make an open platform for people to talk about their digressions and their struggle and
of all
everything.
ages,
of
all races, all genders,
you know?
all of them.
So that's what we want to do. I mean, we really appreciate y'all tuning in. We signing out. Episode 7's coming. Love y'all.